The Solomon Islands government called for stronger regional cooperation in addressing urban development challenges. Minister for National Planning and Development Coordination, Honorable Rexon Ramofafia, made the call in his statement at the 81st session of the United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific in Bangkok, Thailand. He said unplanned urban expansion has led to various socio-economic and environmental challenges, reinforcing the need for structured and inclusive urban planning.
We face critical challenges in managing urban growth, aging infrastructure, service delivery gap, rising climate-related risks. It is important regional cooperation in Asia-Pacific is more important than ever. Strengthening regional cooperation is essential to fostering sustainable development, enhancing resilience, and maintaining peace and stability. In 2019 census, Solomon Island, 27.6% of population live in urban areas and mostly in our capital. The challenge we face beside the growth seen in urbanization in the past 2 decades is unplanned urbanization, which gives rise to a host of other socio-economic, environmental, and vulnerability challenges. Nevertheless, we recognize that urban development is central to our broader national effort to build sustainability, equity, and resilience. Our National Development Strategy, NDS 2016-2035, lays out the vision for improving and social and economic livelihood of our people. It prioritizes inclusive economic growth, improves service delivery, climate resilient, and sustainable urban and rural development. The NDS is the implementing vehicle for SDG in our national context.
Honorable Ramofafia added Solomon Islands remains committed to progressing the UN's Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, and acknowledged the ongoing support from DESCAP.
We sincerely thank DESCAP for its direct technical and financial support for the review of Solomon Island Project Planning Manual, the development of the second Solomon Island Voluntary National Review Report against the SDG, the development and finalization of the Solomon Island LDC Smooth Transition Strategy, and we also acknowledge the ESCAP broader support towards climate finance, readiness and resilient training, trade facilitation, and digital trade assessment. We value this continuous partnership with ESCAP in helping Solomon Island transition towards inclusive and sustainable development. We also wish to take this opportunity and to thank our development partners who have contributed towards urban infrastructure development in Solomon Island, especially in Honiara and our provincial centers. We acknowledge our bilateral and our multilateral development partners. We call for greater collaboration effort in trade, infrastructure development, climate change, and disaster response, and digital connectivity.
Sharon Nanau, SIBC TV.
Now, the Solomon Islands government has reaffirmed its commitment to the United Nations 2030 agenda, despite a recent midterm review revealing that the country is off track in meeting several national development and sustainable goals. Minister for National Planning and Development Coordination, Rexon Ramofafia, made the statement during his address at the 81st session of the United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific in Bangkok, Thailand. The UN 2030 agenda adopted in 2015 outlines 17 sustainable development goals to guide global efforts towards a more sustainable future.
In line with the Global Report on SDG, our recent midterm review of our NDS revealed that we are off track with respect to NDS objectives as well as the SDGs. We remain committed to implementing the 2030 agenda in alignment with our national priorities. In addressing the challenge of urbanization in Solomon Island, the following measures have been undertaken as our priority policies. National Urban Policy 2020 to 2035, with technical support from UN Habitat, UNESCAP, this policy guides sustainable development of urban areas, strengthening planning system, and promote sustainable service delivery. Solomon Island Building Code, the government tabling the bill to the Parliament. Once enacted, this bill legislation will be enhanced building standards to ensure climate resilience and structure safety. Sustainable Human Development Policy. Under the National Development Strategy, the government has prioritized access to basic services and safe shelter as part of the broader goal to improve social and economic livelihood of our people.